everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Bianca Turner, and in this video, I'm going to be going over what e-commerce is and how the ECX, which is the acronym for e-commerce, how ECX pretty much sets you up and gives you the winning recipe to cut your learning curve in half on our educational platform here at I Am Master Academy. So just diving straight in. For those of you that do not know what the terminology stands for, because I can guarantee you that we've all participated in e-commerce at some point or another, especially now in 2020. So simply put, e-commerce pretty much stands for the buying and selling of products online. Absolutely, just that simple. And so, like I said, with the way the world is now and what we're currently experiencing with our pandemic, yes, we all have participated in some form of e-commerce. Fortunately, but unfortunately, we've been on the consumer side of it. So if you've ever DoorDashed, if you've ever Ubered, if you've ever bought a product offline, then you participated in e-commerce. So what our platform, what iMaster Academy has created, was a way for you to learn how to create this stream of income on your own in such a simple way that if you don't know anything about it, if you've never done it, on the merchant side to where this can be a means of income for you, you get the play-by-play blueprint. You get walked through step by step for you to create a source of income. So just a little bit about the history of how long e-commerce has been around and how influential and how fast this particular line of business has grown in relatively a short amount of time. So from my knowledge, back to 1995, like for some of us that was decades ago. Some of you viewing this may have just been born in 95. However, 1995 was, it wasn't that far in the past. Nonetheless, that was when Amazon sold its first book online, right? So that's a big deal because we know Amazon right now to be doing numbers a day. You know what I'm saying? Like you order something today, they're going to show up tomorrow. Chances are, if they can. So just think about, like just in 95, they were just coming on the scene and selling their first book, right? And just 5 years later, in 2000, online sales in the U.S. alone had reached 25 billion. So that just gives you an idea of how heavy the market or the need for something like this service was needed just in 95, you know what I'm saying? And for something like that to blow up in such a short time frame in 5 years, just think about what you were doing 5 years ago and what you're doing now. Did it create $25 billion? Absolutely not. So they were definitely on to something at that point, right? And we're gonna just go up the timeline a little bit. 2003, iTunes was created. We all are familiar with iTunes. And then this year marked the 15-year anniversary of Cyber Monday, right? Just in 2005, Cyber Monday was introduced to us, right? Giving Black Friday a run for their money. And I can't even imagine the numbers that Black Friday did this year with so many people practicing their safety measures and precautionary measures with COVID and quarantining and the pandemic and things like that, just trying to be safe and trying to be cautious and do your part, right? So I can't wait to see what those numbers entail when next year comes or when 2021 comes around. Then we want to go up a couple of years, just 3 years later is when purchases from your cell phone were being made. So like that's a big deal. That just gives you another idea of the power of technology, right? So from 2000, which coined the 25 billion online sale mark in the US, to 2008, now we're being launched into a whole nother empowerment zone of being able to pick up our cell phones and make a purchase. Like that's a big deal. And so Consumers by 2012, just 4 years later, consumer sales surpassed $1 trillion. So now you have the power to purchase things online, and then you speed up to the power to purchase things online from your cell phone. And now you're in a $20 trillion market, right? That's just 7 years later. So again, I ask that you go back 7 years and think about what were you doing, and has it profited you or put you in a $1 trillion situation? Some of you watching this video can probably say yes, some of you probably not. I know I can't, okay? So then we wanna just think about how familiar people became with buying things online. It was definitely a change for a lot of people. It was something that, a lot of older people really could not wrap their heads around, but nonetheless, it was still growing and growing and growing to what we have just last year in 2019, where the retail sales completed online reached $4 trillion. That's a big deal, right? But look at 2020. So when we get those numbers next year to find out what type of sales took place online for 2020, I can only imagine that that's going to be through the roof, because it's a prediction that just in another year, in 2022, that online retail sales are expected to hit close to $7 trillion. I believe we've probably already reached that, because when the information that I have came out, the pandemic had not even taken place. You get what I'm saying? Like, we didn't even know anything about that. So I'm sure that this year has broke a lot of records. All right, so that's just to give you an idea of, the power of online sales and how it's grown just from 1995 until the current day. Right? So what our academy, the educational platform, is providing you the opportunity to do is to learn how to empower yourself, right? Learn how to get ahead of this curve, or just get in this wave and become an online retailer, become an online entrepreneur, right? So you have the ability to come onto this educational platform, learn how to create a space for yourself. That may be you have your own existing business where you have a retail store online, and maybe your sales are stagnant. Maybe you have product, however, you don't have a website. You don't understand how the back end of it works, how to target your audience, or find, similar hot selling items to where you can increase your sales, or even the conversion, the click to conversion. When you go onto a website, do you want to click around, and be directed to all these different pages, or do you want to get your merchandise, put it in your cart, boom, and check out? Exactly. This is 3-click conversion to make sure that you understand how the online mentality works with buying, the psychology of it, right? So that's pretty much what our academy is tailored to do. Teach you how to multiply your money, teach you how to create passive income. If you're already an entrepreneur, and you have a goal set and it's just slow getting there, then this is definitely the platform for you to learn how to cut your learning curve, cut some of that trial and error, cut the expenses that you're constantly paying either to someone else or making the mistakes on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is definitely that. I also, when I have these conversations with other people about, the intelligence, the artificial intelligence, and how some people just think our phones are tapped. No, how you can go on Google site and you might Google, heater, you're looking for a space heater, right? But then you go now, 20 minutes later, 15 minutes later, you go onto your social media sites, and on your timeline, boom, a space heater comes up, possibly the same one you were looking at. You're like, damn, how that happened? No, it's because on the back end of that, retailers have educated themselves to know how to put their product in front of the right person. So the intelligence of knowing that you were just searching for a space heater, and retailers targeting you, part of their audience viewing, to possibly convert your view into a sale. That's exactly what happens, right? And that happens all day, every day. You create you a space in the online world, you place your products and your services right there, and you walk away. You maintain it, you learn how to, you get content, you get marketing ideas, like this this avenue and this learning platform puts you in the driver's seat to be able to be the best version of yourself in your sales, right? But say you're that person that doesn't have an existing store. You don't have a target audience. You don't have a community, but you still want a piece of this online community. You still want to have a piece of this online community and create passive income for yourself. You've just been furloughed, or you got the pink slip to tell you that in 2 weeks your job is shutting back down because of the onset or the increase in COVID. Like, that's a real thing. You have friends that are experiencing this. In cases like that, you may want to participate in dropshipping. So what is dropshipping? It's pretty much where you get paid to be the middleman, right? We also participate in this so often, more often than you think. All those cute little links that you click on when you see a nice outfit or some cute shoes or maybe a piece of jewelry, those are individuals who have already got ahead of the curve and put themselves in a position to participate in dropshipping. The simplest way I can put this is that you get paid to advertise merchandise. So you get paired with a supplier, which this academy, ECX Academy, definitely provides you with a credible, recommended suppliers and vendors that has the type of merchandise that you're looking to sell. You partner with a supplier for a particular merchandise. Say it's a sweater. This is a nice sweater, nice quality, nice reviews. It did pretty well in sales before, right? So now this supplier is agreeing to sell you this sweater for $15. Great. So now you take some wonderful pictures, great graphics, and you place this on your storefront or your website that you have also learned how to create by way of this academy. You paste that up there and you set a price margin, right? This price margin is, when you compare the prices of other sweaters, or you get the education to learn what that price point should look like, then you set your price point. That may be $55. It may be $65, right? Whatever that sale price is that you deem to be sufficient. So someone like myself comes along, sees this beautiful sweater. I click the link. 3-click conversion, because you learn how to do that, right? To increase the conversion rate. 3-click conversion, I purchased this sweater for the $55. You get it. Cha-ching, you hear the notification to let you know you just got paid. You got mail. You just got paid, right? And so what you do at that point is you take that $15 and you pay the supplier. The supplier at that point will send me my sweater. So guess what? Hands off with inventory, hands off with stock, hands off with shipping. You don't have to worry about that. Again, creating a platform where you do something one time and you get paid for it. You get the difference between that sale that goes into your pocket, right? You may have to come off maybe 10 or 15, maybe even $20 for marketing. Great graphics, great pictures, great, when you boost your post so that, because Facebook and Instagram, they are paying marketing platforms. Some of us know that, some of us don't. But again, this academy shows you, it tells you and explains to you all of those things. So with all that being said, I have definitely gone over what e-commerce is, how long it's been around, to let you know that it's not saturated and it's not going anywhere. If anything, e-commerce is getting stronger and stronger with the ways of the world. And I also went over what dropshipping is for you. So hopefully this information has been helpful for you. It has allowed you to make a decision on which direction you want to go in when it comes to creating another stream of income, passive income, where you do something one time and you continue to get paid for that thing, creating you streams of income to add to or to replace what you're currently doing. So if this was helpful for you, by all means, leave me a comment below. Check me out on YouTube, check me out on Facebook, check me out on Instagram. Like, share, and subscribe to my page. And I will definitely be back with more valuable content about online Wi-Fi money, ways that you can create multiple streams of income for you and yourself. And you don't have to be worried about leaving out into this, you know, craziness, and you can still create a way of living for you and your family from the convenience of your home, being empowered, being educated, and having an enriched life. Okay, that's my aim, one person at a time. Hopefully this was some good information for you. Peace out.